Hello there YouTube viewers, this is Jacob Fike, and today we're going to show you a few things in tech. I'm going to show you how to start a nuclear reactor, and then we're going to go over something else. So the first things first, let's go into cheat mode, and let's begin. Okay, I lied. So it's pretty awesome, so I have like two screens with Minecraft so I can see farther than I normally would. So let's from 0 to 50 to 0. It ain't working. So let's see. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build our building. So we need well, first thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a power plant first. So go here to the reactor chambers. You're also going to need energy condenser and MK2. I'm sorry, MK3, I believe. No, I cannot remember. I don't remember it being that color. So we're gonna get just a energy collector, MK3. Alright, and to set up a basic nuclear reactor, what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your reactor here, your reactor chambers all around it like you see here. And of course, you can fly. Alright. And how we're going to do is we're going to actually just, build around these. Now you're going to need, a thermal monitor. And I know these things ain't cheap. So you right click and shift in there. I'm going to change it from 500 to 1,000. Or yeah. Now, you're going to need, it's daylight. Now I need some redstone. It's a redstone repeater and redstone. Actually, I would prefer red alloy wire, which is right here, over redstone. Alright, you put your redstone repeater right up there against this. You put your alloy wire like this, and now when this turns red, or it gets too hot, turns the reactor off. But we're going to also add a few extra features to it. There's a creeper just went by. Look at what we're doing. Now you need a lever, and I mean, you don't have to have one, but in order for always flip it down, that way the reactor's off. And now you're going to need uranium. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're start placing these in here. As you see, they're not it's not turned on, so we're not done with it. So don't just turn this on right afterwards. Okay. Just did 3 rows for that, didn't I? Oh yeah. Alright. So I haven't made a YouTube video in forever, so I figured I'd go ahead and just do this recording. Let's see, am I recording with my hard drive? Yes, I am. Awesome. I have a dedicated hard drive. Okay, I just put too much in there. You need to take out... I'm sorry. What did I just do? I need to take out this bottom layer like that, and leave it like that. Alright, now we're going to need this here. I'm going to put this way over here, actually. I'm going to make a separate room for ice, or coolant, I guess you could say. I've never really used coolant cells, so... Alright, now we need pneumatic tubes. But we're also going to need to steal some ice. Just one. If you have this set up, you just need one block of ice. And you place that in here and you'll have an infinite supply of ice. And it's not fast enough, so we're going to have to have a little faster, right? And of course, the more you add, the faster it gets. So look at there. Oh yeah. Okay. So the next thing we're going to need is the pneumatic tube. But before we need a filter first. You need to put your filter on here. All right. Now we need a screwdriver. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, it seems very complicated, I guess, to some people, but it's fairly simple. Alright, you're going to take your pneumatic tube and just place it over here. We're going to, oops, say, okay. Right. Rightio. Connect now. And now, you need a timer. Okay. And you just place a timer here, and I always, make it go a little faster. So therefore, the fastest you can go, and these things will overflow. Now, if you'll notice, it's going to start filling up with ice. There you go. So, and then it'll be going back and forth. Now, we're going to add a remote control to this thing. So what we're going to need, if I remember everything we need here, we need a wireless receiver and a toggle latch. Now I'm also going to add something new that I've never added before, so let's see here. First things first. That's what we want right there, so you make sure you know where it lights up. And now we put the wireless jam thingy-majig here. Now we're going to make it frequency 1000. Why not? And now you're going to need a remote. And of course, And now if you press remote, it turns the unit off. So this thing's safe enough to start up, so we can have it running now. As you see, ice starts flowing into the unit. It's automatic. And it starts, using ice like crazy. And of course, if you want to turn it off, just press that, and it lights up the whole thing, and it just quits using it. So there you go. And now I'm going to do a little test on something else. All right, something I just thought. We need a transmitter. Alright, we're going to build this in. So what we're going to do is, for now, didn't mean to throw that like that. Alright. Now remember, everything has to be the same signal. So I'll make this 1000. And this is obviously going to work. I mean, I just know it's going to. So I need a button. See, I'm just doing this, obviously, fairly quick. Actually, lever would be a little better. I already have a lever. And if you flip that, or not, let me try something. So yeah, we need a button. Alright. I was right the first time. I misspelled button. Can you believe that? Actually, yeah, you should be able to believe that because, it's me. Okay, so we need to go one high in order for this to work. Okay. And for some reason it's not wanting to work. So let me get some redstone. Or red alloy. So yeah, this is how I figure out a lot of this stuff. I just, try it out until, and then we'll see what happens. And it worked. So that's, the unit's off. Now we're going to have a light, or just to indicate a lamp. How in the world am I misspelling these words? So we're going to go with a red lamp. We're going to place it right here. Now, of course, keep in mind this is, just messing around. And I thought of something else. Make sure this thing so it's not doing. Okay. Don't you've already got it pretty much set, so you're safe. So we have this. The light's on when the unit is off. Alright. Now I thought of something else. Because, I mean, I just have to say one power goes into one, One here, which will be green. Like I said, that is not what I want. Let me test this real quick and see if it'll light up. Awesome, it does. Okay. So let me go to this other side where it's, usually where it lights up. I'm assuming I could do this. Okay, it's running. Turn it off, and it turns off. So what I need to do is, I'm going to rebuild this where it looks a little neater. But for now, it's just, But you see, I guess you can understand where I'm going now. I don't even have to. Wow, that was weird. Go all the way out here to do this. So I'm going to rebuild the nuclear plant, but when it's off, it's red. When it's on, it's green. So that's a way you can do that. That's my basic setup for that. So the unit's on. I'm going to put that thing a little closer, so it'll be a little less stator. So I'm going to build this, and I'm going to be right back, guys. Okay, folks, I'm back. So I'm going to go through the whole base here. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and show you this is the reactor. This is the plant. Here's the original ones over there. So we're going to walk inside. And first thing you see is the nuclear reactor itself, which is just one right here. Alright? Then you walk into the main control room. This tells you, the unit is off, which is red, and if it's on, it'll turn green. Turn the reactor on by pushing that button, and the reactor is on. You go in here, and we have batteries in here charging. Let me get some torches. I'm going to show you something else too while we're at it, while we have this power going. Alright, we have batteries in here charging. We have all these, obviously they're draining fast because they're going to these two. And these two will be draining fast, or these four I should say, because it's charging the one outside for the public. So we have a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 batteries. So once they're all full, we'll have plenty of power. So there we go. I'm going to add a meter for each battery soon. But anyway, that's how this works. This is what I was messing with. So we can turn the reactor off by pressing the button. Turn it back on, turns the unit on. I will have a copy of the map in the online for you, everyone. So if you just want to download this particular map and have this, reactor, that's fine. Of course, I want to add some signs, so people will know, hey, this is a button to turn off the reactor. Obviously, green means on, red means off. So let's get some signs. We'll fix that real quick. Yeah, I've been working on this for about probably 35 minutes now. Reactor power. Reactor on / And I shouldn't have to explain this, but just in case somebody don't know. You know, this, you know. There. That way, just in case, you know. Obviously, you look at this and they'll tell you. So, that's how you can do that. So, we have 2 hours and 43 minutes remaining on this. I'm going to just go ahead and kill the power here. And of course, I have not made a system yet to refill these with new cells, so this is just a single, you know, reactor. Just one, you know, it's a power. Probably most of all your needs. There's the outside for the public, and so on. You can use this to power just about anything you want. So we have, you know, the jumpers here, whatever we're going to call them. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna build a simple house, a dummy house. I'm gonna, you know, actually I was gonna show you a quarry real quick. That's right, that's what it was. Alright, and I'm not gonna allow it to destroy the world, but I'm gonna do this, you know. For this demonstration purposes, we need, you know, pneumatic tubes. You need, wait, what? Oh yeah, energy link. This is in order to use the nuclear power, and you're gonna need a chest. There's, you know, advanced ways to do all this, but here's my way. I'll place the reactor, or the, there's no reactor. I don't know why I got pneumatic tubes. I guess I was thinking I was wired into the house, but I don't have a way. I don't need to. So what we're gonna do is, you know, we have this set up. You can see. I'm just going to, for this purpose, put the energy link right there, and you're just going to connect the cable to it. Now I've always wondered, hey, how do you do this? How do you make it run off regular power? Well, you're gonna be amazed on how fast this builds. And if you've played with this mod pack or check it before, you'll automatically know that this doesn't build this quick. So there you go. That's how this works. This is just a basic. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this because I do not want it to destroy the map. But there you go. It, you know, it mines for you. So, but there you go. It's just a quick, you know, how-to on that one. As in on recipes, I would not know what exactly, you know, they are, because obviously I'm in cheat mode. So, but there you go. There's the reactor. I'm gonna clean up my mess. This should disappear, but it probably won't. So I shall get rid of this. It used to disappear on the older ones, but you know, that was ages ago. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and yeah. So, and there's also another thing you can do. You can use, you know, solar power if you prefer. That will be, you know, obviously, you know, I'm sure most of you know how to use solar panels if you play this mod pack. I mean, it's just basically put solar panels up, run cables from it to battery or MFSUs, and there you go. You know, it charges them and boom. Nuclear reactor, you know, plenty of power, but very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And anything could happen, but you must have a fail-safe thing, so I do. I have a main switch in there also. So let me go ahead and clean it. I'm cleaning up my mess. Yeah, I have diamond in here. Trying to clear up the ice, and that has worked good. So I'm using, you know, diamond blocks to eat up the ice. And anything else you want to get rid of, just, you know, just chuck them in there and it'll get rid of them. Obviously, I'm not going to use these for anything. Alright, we're good. We've cleared it out. So, there you go. Now we can get tons of ice. Yeah, we're clearing up. Yeah, I forgot this thing right here will do that. So, let's go ahead and do this. That will get rid of the, you know. So we're getting rid of those, which means we can get rid of these, this. But there you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to set up the information panel. I never did show that. So what you need is, need a white one and a wooden one, and you also need an energy link. No, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, what is it called? Kit. It's I'm gonna get one of each because I'm gonna make a couple of them. I'm gonna make this gray makes for the nuclear, and this makes for the other battery. So we're gonna go ahead and do the battery one up in here first. So we're just gonna do the first four. Like I said, what you do is I'm gonna make it obviously look nice, so I need some reinforced stone. So reinforced stone, what is this? Okay, so we need this, and we're going 1 2 3 4 2 3 2 3. I'm just I don't know. We got 4, so I need to make 4 of these. So you got 1. Alright, that's 1 right there. You don't have to, it don't have to be. You also need a redstone signal, so you need, I'm not going to use a lever. I'm just going to put this torch right there. Or right here. There we go, it's good enough. Like I said, this is for the batteries, so I'm going to do the top one here. Card has been received. And we're gonna, put that in there. If that don't work automatically like that, you need to upgrade. Two should work. It's obviously not full. So if I turn on the reactor, it's gonna, it's gonna start charging. Like so. Then once I turn it off, it's gonna quit, So it's got none stored. So that's how you do the battery and the regular nuclear one. So we'll go ahead and finish this in. There you go. Make it look a little equal there. So that's one of the batteries. Nuclear is the same way, so that's basically how you do it. And here's my set for the nuclear. I have the range set at 1000, which trips toggle latch, which then sends a redstone signal into turning this on. We have a transformer, high voltage transformer, and we also have all this stuff wired up. I'm not going to go through all the process of how all this works. Just kind of Google it, I guess. Got the power cables going into here, which then is going into these. It's going outside to the other battery. So basically, we're, yeah. Alright, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and peace out. Before I go, I'm going to actually, instead, I'm just going to have one panel, so I need a, I keep forgetting what they call these things. Energy. Okay, something told me that, but I just can't remember very well. So the heck with the, I won't have, this is going to be the power that's outside. So this is how that's working. Oh, that's so cool looking. So what I'm going to do, take this out, place it here, and boom, 60%. That way we'll know the main battery that we're charging. So we're going to turn this back on and let it, charge. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Again, comment, like, and subscribe, and enjoy.